This is a KOIN 6 News breaking news update.
We're awaiting a judge's decision on the deployment of the National Guard to Portland. At 6 o'clock, I'm Jeff Gianolo.
I'm Elizabeth Din. High-stakes arguments in federal court today. The president says he is protecting public safety, but the state says there's no emergency, calling it an unlawful overreach of power. Joelle Jones sat in on the arguments, and she joins us live from outside the federal courthouse to break down what's going on. Joelle?
Yes, Liz, Jeff, any minute now, Trump-appointed Judge Karen Immigrant is expected to rule on whether to grant Oregon's request to temporarily block Trump's order. Now, this comes after the White House argued today that protests outside Portland's ICE facility have turned violent and disrupt federal operations there. The state and city attorneys, though, disputing that, saying that the minimal unrest that has occurred happened months ago and was handled here locally.
This is not a war zone. This is our home.
Protesters flocked outside the federal courthouse Friday as oral arguments began in Oregon versus Trump. No cameras were allowed inside, but Attorney General Dan Rayfield spoke with us ahead of court.
The last thing that we need to do is normalize the use of the United States military in our cities. That is a dangerous road to go down.
Saturday, the president announced plans to deploy 200 National Guard troops to Portland, formalized in a memo the next day. Rayfield, Governor Tina Kotek, and Mayor Keith Wilson filed a temporary restraining order Monday to block it. Under Title 10, the president can nationalize the Guard only during a rebellion, invasion, or when federal law can't be enforced. Conditions the state says aren't met here.
We are not a war-torn community. In fact, by bringing in and federalizing the National Guard or using the U.S. military in our cities, there's economic harm. It leads to increased protests. And what we want to do is actually use real facts and talk about what's really going on in Portland and not base our opinions and perpetuate false narratives.
In court, state attorneys argued federal intervention would only escalate tensions and costs, saying Trump's order relies on outdated incidents from June rather than any current emergency. They pointed to communications between Portland police and federal authorities that undercut claims of a crisis.
President Trump will end the radical left's reign of terror in Portland once and for all. The president has directed Secretary Hegseth to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland and any ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other left-wing domestic terrorists.
The administration firing back, insisting there is still a threat of rebellion, noting Portland will receive half as many troops as California. Government lawyers urge the court to defer to the president, saying troops aren't yet on the ground and the order falls under his authority.
And again, we just checked moments ago, but we're still waiting on the judge's decision on all this. She said earlier inside court that she expects it would come out later today. So, of course, we'll continue to track this. But we are told by legal experts the losing side, regardless, will likely ask for a hold on this ruling as they explore options to potentially appeal. So this will likely be a lengthy legal battle, and we will continue to track all of it, bringing you the latest on air and online at KOIN.com. Reporting live outside the federal building, I'm Joelle Jones, KOIN 6 News.